Light, huh? It's quick.
I guess we'll just start off, man. A win like that with everybody down, Brock, Jennings, Pearsall. What does it mean for that locker room? What was it like after a win like that against them?
Man, you know, it was a joyous occasion, man. But it's a confidence builder, for sure. The Rams are, not only have they been hot this year, they've been hot since last year, since the playoffs, since, you know, before the playoffs. So to get a win against this team, a division opponent, a division rival, it felt great.
You guys are 4-1, 3-0 in the division, and yet the run game hasn't started rolling yet. What can you say about that?
I mean, we had almost 400 yards of offense, so, you know, we didn't abandon it. We stuck to it, kept handing it off, and made them respect it. You know, that opens up everything in the back. You know, a lot of people we got Christian McCaffrey. They're going to sell out to stop him. They're not going to let him beat them because he has a reputation of doing that. So, to me, it's not shocking that people will sell out to stop the run because obviously it opens up the back end.
You know, he's a beast in the pass game. Obviously, he's making
For sure.
plays. Kendrick Bourne was making plays. But let's talk about that quarterback, Mac Jones.
Yeah.
And how tough he was. Goes down with the injury. He's holding his back. What can you say about Mac?
Man, tough as nails. Just just an apex competitor, man. He just, you know, he's one of those guys where, you know, it's not a surprise why people drafted him where they drafted him, why everybody's so high on him. He has such a high ceiling. Just a really, really cool guy to be around as well.
You shocked about the swagger he has, maybe?
No, I'm not.
Maybe that's a Bama thing. I don't know.
Nah, you know what? I watched Mac over the years just kind of as a spectator, so I seen the swag he possessed. You know, I seen the way he, you know, talks, the way he answers the interviews. He's a very lighthearted guy. He keeps the mood light, but, you know, he's a fierce competitor.
Looking at the defensive guys, got your big Texas brother, Alfred Collins. Making the big
I'm an
play
OU
there.
guy, man. You can't
Yeah, I
say
know
that.
you OU
Okay.
Boomer Sooner.
All right. Don't get me banned now.
But his progress from day one in training camp until now, and he makes that play down there at the goal line, forces a fumble, and recovers. Can you talk about what you've seen from him throughout training camp and up to this point in the regular season?
Yeah, I think since training camp, he's been on an escalator, man. He's constantly taking steps to improve. You can just see it in his assertiveness and the way he plays. Just the difference from July to now, it's night and day. And you know, it's funny because guys usually don't take that big of a jump until they've had an off season to train and they've had a season to see everything. But you know, his progression is kind of scary.
Shanahan had a role in today. You guys go back home. What are you going to do with your break now? And then getting ready for Tampa Bay after a nice little extended bye week.
Well, I have a Sweet 16 to attend. My daughter's, we celebrating her 16th birthday, so I got my hands full this weekend.
I'm a girl dad too. She's 5.
See?
She acts like she's 16. Your advice would be bad because I'm worried about those days.
Yeah, just get your shotgun, man, and you know, it's okay to let them win. You know?
All right. Appreciate you.
All right, man. I'll take it easy.
Hi.
The NFL on Twitter called this the Kendrick Bourne game. What was clicking for you on the offense?
Yeah. First and foremost, I just want to thank God for the opportunity. Last week was very tough on me. Just the adversity I went through and the standard I hold myself to and the things I want to do for my teammates, first and foremost, for the fans, for the organization. You know, I hold myself to a higher standard. So that was tough. And so today it's a blessing. I just want to thank God. But the offense was awesome to be a part of. Mac Jones, O-line, fighting, running backs, tight ends, man. Just collectively we played well. It was tough for us to get in the end zone, but collectively we played sound, I think. Was getting down there pretty consistently. So just trying to play like that every week and just finish drives, but finish with points. I think we did that pretty consistently.
Okay, you talk about being hard on yourself at the Jacksonville game. It was a critical job there, third down. You guys up 14-0. What did you tell yourself? Because after that, you was a man on fire and bounced back.
Yeah, those type of plays, you know, I look at it as it falls on me. 3rd and 5, I'm wide open to catch a 5-yard route. Mac, trusting me, goes right through my hands. You know, I'm like, man, so it's just adversity. I think it's a game within a game. It's a mental game on the sideline that every individual player is having. Whether it's good, bad, it's a mental thing. So how do I work within that while I'm playing? And I think that's what I learned from last week is how to flush the good, flush the bad. I know how to do it, but week to week is different, and every situation is different. So learning from that situation last week, learning from that play specifically, I hold myself to the higher standard, and I hate it. But having good teammates, just telling me move on, and the next one's gonna come. It's important to have guys like that, and you can feel it.
You've played with Mac in a couple of different places now. What can you tell us about him, and why he can so seamlessly step in and be the starter?
Yeah, I think Mac is just he's built the right way. His mental is the right way. He prepares the right way. I've seen it for a while now, and I'm just proud of him, man. I can. Even when he's throwing the ball, I be telling him at practice, like, man, you zipping the ball and how he's throwing it and stuff like that. You can tell he's confident and things like that. And it's just awesome to see him in this space. How I seen him in New England was a different world for him. So to see him now kind of with, like, the piece he has and he's playing free and having fun, I think it's a big part of the game for him. So it's showing.
Well, it's different to New England. You just mentioned how maybe he's a different guy,
Yeah.
different swag. What was it about New England?
Yeah.
Because he came out on fire
Yeah.
as a rookie, went to the Pro
Yep.
Bowl, but then after that, we know what happened.
Yeah,
So
great.
What is
Yeah.
the major difference?
That's what you're saying. It's tough. It's pressure. It's a first round pick. Everything falls on him. He's young. He has to figure it out, and that's tough for anybody. So, I don't know what that feels like. I undrafted guy, but you just see it being a fan of the game. It's tough, and so that stuff is just different. Every situation is different. Coaching is different, and I think now he fits the system. The system is important for a lot of players, and it shows in his game. So shout out to Kyle, man, John, and them. They doing a good job of getting people prepared. Even for myself, I had the opportunity because Ricky's down and Jawan's down, and they got me prepared, and the same thing with Mac.
Thomas was just saying a lot.
Last two guys.
That you guys, as the quote-unquote backups, you heard everybody saying, like, well, this probably doesn't bode well for their chances. How do you kind of take that personally?
Yeah.
Like, how do you use
Yeah.
that as motivation?
It's a part of the game. Everybody has their opinion, and they have their rights to it. And I think it's just huge by Kyle and them having D-Rob and older guys, MVS, guys that have experience in the game, and the depth we have. It shows, and it's important for the NFL because, shoot, guys are banged up now. You don't know what's going to happen next week. Everything's different. So just having depth has been important.
Kendrick, obviously, understandably, since you got here week 2, there have been moments where you're like, looks like,
Grant!
I didn't say that. But, are there still moments of like, where am I supposed to be in this offense?
Yeah.
And, once you figure that out,
Yeah.
15 catches?
Yeah. I think it's just being prepared. I didn't come here to be the guy. I'm not coming here to try to get 50 catches a game. None of that. I'm here to play a role, help the younger guys, be a vet. And so if Kyle wants me to play F or he wants me to go to running back, then that's what the week is going to, present. So that's just my mindset. It's about being humble, understanding that there's a role to be played. And that's how my career has been, and I've excelled in that. And that's kind of how I got to where I am. And Kyle, shout out to him because he gave me my first opportunity of showing me how to play in a role. I used to be big on third down, and it's grown, and my relationship has grown with him now. The trust is there, and trust from my teammates and things like that. So it's huge. So that's kind of how
Christian, nothing to it, right?
Yeah, guess so.
Was there, I think a lot of people counted you guys out, given the amount of skill position players in particular you guys didn't have. Was that something you talked about? Someone said Kyle was pissed off about being an underdog.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. Look, I don't know what the odds makers and all that stuff are, but I do know I love this team, man. I love the character of this team. It's hard. You got guys who are changing positions on a short week and having to learn an offense, and they just showed up a couple weeks ago. That's not easy. And, you got a quarterback who's fighting through some stuff and also, getting the nod on Monday in a short week. There's so many things that happen in this league, and I think, I always say, the NFL is the best reality show because there's so many different things that happen throughout a week, and it makes it so entertaining. But for us players, man, it's just you go out there and you give it your all, and whatever happens, happens. And when you're on a team like this with this kind of character, it makes it a lot of fun.
What can you say about Mac Jones' performance, just slipping into the starting role again?
Man, I don't have enough good things to say about Mac. He's an absolute warrior. He's a leader. He's somebody that we all can get behind for sure. And I think it's a testament to him and his attitude and the way he plays football. It's a testament to Brock and the way that he's been helping him and getting him ready to go. Testament to the coaches and, going back to the injury thing, when you have guys go down, it's not one guy that has to step up. It's a whole team and a whole unit that has to step up. So that was a fun one to be a part of.
When you guys get into overtime, Christian, you're probably disappointed that you let some leads slip, but how do you just shift your mind and step back into get downfield?
Yeah, until that thing hits zero and the game's over, as you say, breathe, focus, explode. Mistakes are going to happen. There's going to be plays you want back, but you got to move on to the next play because you don't know which one's going to be the one, and just do your job and keep fighting.
With everything you went through last year and the work you put in the offseason, how fun is it for you to be touching the ball so much and to be such a part of this offense?
It's amazing. I love football to death. It's my favorite thing on the planet, and being able to go out there and play with my brothers I don't take any second for granted.
With all the moving pieces around you, the whole world knows you're getting the ball a lot, and you're still producing. Is it more satisfying in a way that you're able to still do what you're doing?
Yeah, I think, once the win is the most important thing. We don't care how we have it. Obviously, I think everybody and their mother wants to run game to get rolling a little bit more, but myself included. But, we just got to keep chipping away and keep working at it and get guys back and just keep pushing and staying with it. But, to your question, I just think it doesn't change my mindset, just about one play at a time.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Walk us through what you saw, how the play developed in forcing the fumble and coming up with the recovery.
So they, a couple series before, they were doing a draw play. So I run upfield and they run right there. So I was like, felt them doing that, try to fight back. It's a must-have-it play. You know what I'm saying? Because if I didn't do that, then it would have been different. Maybe we would have scored, and I saw the ball and cocked it back and hit it.
When he started the carry, he had two hands around it. Did you see him kind of take one off as he was going through? Or was it
I didn't care. I saw the ball. I was just going to get it. So.
Trent Williams was just in here. He said he hadn't seen many rookies make the leap in the progress that you've made since day one of training camp. Can you take us through that, of what you felt like as a pro day one of training camp to what you're doing now? And he plays in crunch time situations.
Just coming to work every day, being intentional, find things to get better at every day. Technique to conditioning, to recognizing different plays and stuff, and continue to buy into what this whole organization is doing, because this is a 10 out of 10 organization, and I've been just flourishing, and it's only up from here.
What does it mean to you to get kind of proof of concept of like, hey, I've been putting in all this work, and then to get a result and make a play tonight? Like, what does that mean to you?
Makes me want to keep going, man. Keep working harder.
When you started training camp or early in training camp, were you like, this is hard, I'm not enjoying myself?
Yeah, I had, first couple of days, you know how it is, legs heavy. But like I said, I came to work every day, continue to, pour myself, ask questions, pour into what they're telling me, and shit. I'm doing pretty good now, so.
Can you describe this, the last stop, and how it felt jumping in there with seemingly everybody else on defense to finish it off?
It's a mindset, we all, always got our ears pinned back, you know what I'm saying? We fight for each other, and, that was a big play for everybody.
Do a couple more. Were you able to keep the ball, the fumble recovery? Yeah, where's it?
I think the equipment guy has it. I was kind of tired, I ain't gonna lie, my legs did. Yeah, I just try to get to the bench, sit down a little bit. Yeah.
After that fumble, do you
Last one.
Which one of your teammates was maybe the most excited? Said anything crazy?
I think Samuel, he was the one on my back, I was trying to run, but I think everybody's pretty excited, it was, a pretty big play, and, I'm just happy to see everybody smiling and all that stuff, yeah.
All right, thanks, Alfred.
All right, how y'all doing?
How are you doing? How are you
Good.
physically?
Good. Feel good?
You grabbed your knee and your arm was cramping?
Yeah. Definitely a lot of things happened, but I feel good. Just working through some stuff, and yeah, I was able to play, so that's all that matters. If I feel like I can protect myself, then I feel like it's my job to be out there. So.
On the play when they came out to look at you, what happened there? What were you
Yeah, that was the first time the trainers came out in my career. So it was definitely, I don't like to stay down, but I just was dealing with something, and once I flipped over, I realized what it was and felt a lot better. So.
I'm sure you're exhilarated by the win, but man, you took some heavy hits, especially the last drive. I mean, everybody wants to play quarterback. What does it feel like to be you right now?
Yeah, I think just the guys on the team really having my back, and we talked about it was a short week, but all week about how tough we had to be for 4 quarters, and it really comes down to who was going to be the toughest team, and I believe it was us, and we have to continue to do that to win. So even if we lost, I was super proud of the way the guys fought and had my back and everything, so it was really cool.
Kendrick said he wanted to take accountability after the drops last week. What can you say about his resiliency tonight?
It was good. He came in on I get my days messed up because we had a short week, but whatever our Wednesday was, and he was like, "Dang, I gotta get better and catch the ball." I'm like, "Dude, that happened last Sunday. Let's move on and focus on this week." And I was like, "You gotta move on," and he did, and that's what KB does. And I feel like when you have the relationship we had, I knew that about him, and he knows that about me. Sometimes we struggle to move on from bad plays, so he's always got my back when it's not going great, and then I'm always have his back.
Before the game, there was a report that Brock could be out a few more games. Do you feel like the starting job, you're the starter now, and that's just the way you have to view it?
I think they brought me here to play as a backup, and that's my job. And Brock's the starter of this team, and right now he's dealing with something. And for him to go out there last week and play when he probably wasn't at full health, he cares about this team. So I'm just trying to get some wins for him so it helps us down the line. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. I've been in his position, I've been a starter, and you want your backup to go in there and win, because at the end of the season, that could be the hit or miss between a playoff or not. So.
Mac, I'm sure every win is satisfying, but just given all the moving pieces, the short week,
Yeah.
the best defense you've seen on tape, but how does this one feel?
Feels great. I mean, I just thought it was a dogfight, and we were in the ring, and the defense played great. Special teams came in clutch. Had great field goals by Eddie, and as always, I like him a lot. He's cool. But yeah, it was just awesome to be on a team that fights, and even if we lost, like I said earlier, I would have been just as proud, to be honest, because I know that those guys had my back and I got their back.
Do you feel like this is your best all-around game in the 49ers uniform?
I don't know. I'll have to watch the tape. It was definitely the biggest challenge, considering, I thought they were the best defense in the NFL, and they are. They're really good, and our defense is really good too. So when you know that as a quarterback, you have confidence to go out there and trust it, and the offensive line did great. I gave up 1 sack at the end, but I don't think they hit me that much, or they didn't get any sacks, so that's what it's all about, and I really appreciate those guys.
Matt, before Alfred had the strip, down there, were you watching that? Are you assuming the Rams are going to score, and you're getting ready to,
Yeah, I was just honestly kind of zoned out. I was just trying to drink Gatorade. But that was a great play. He got his big hand in there and made a play, but I was just ready for, not to be a negative, but I was ready to play overtime, to be honest, and they just made a great play, and I would have have to go out there again and try and score. So it was good, and he made a great play, but it was just crazy. I'm trying to remember all the I got to watch the film, because it's we had the quarterback sneaks at the end to try and get it out of the end zone, and then it was just a crazy game. So.
What confidence does it give you as a quarterback to know that you can always check it down to Christian McCaffrey if someone isn't open?
Yeah, a lot. He's the man. He's definitely good at his job, and he's always out there on every play, no matter what. He's dealing with stuff too, and he just is in the right spots and makes plays. So as a quarterback, when you have that and you have a good offensive line who can give you time, and everybody was counting us out this week, but I knew I had him as my safety blanket, and I really trusted the receivers and tight ends too. We have a lot of reps together.
Mike, how is being an underdog? How did that make you feel before going into this game?
I don't really pay attention too much to it. I don't really do social media that much, but Kyle came up to me and he was pissed about it. So he's like, "Dude, I can't believe they moved us underdogs again or whatever more," and I'm like, I don't know what that means really, but yeah, let's go kill him, So he was pissed about it. I was like, yeah, I'm pissed too. So went out there and we started hot, but we definitely need to be more consistent throughout the game and give more points for our defense so they don't have to keep making stops.
What's the inspiration for your two-tone Harley Quinn look?
I don't know. I just like suits, like I said, and last week, and I wear suits because I'm going to work, so that's kind of how I look at it, and yeah, they're cool.
Now, it's reported that you had 11 bananas during the game. Was that a record?
11? That's definitely wrong, but
Do you have how many you may have had during?
I think I had 3.
Well, that's definitely wrong. That was really incorrect.
Yeah, that's it. That was yeah, exactly. That was incorrect, but they can believe whatever they want.
Key to the hot start, you mentioned the hot start. What was the key to the hot start tonight?
I thought we just were on time with our plays and just playing in rhythm and getting the ball out and letting the guys make plays, honestly. And you know, when Kyle talked to me before the game, I was like, it's time to go. So I was excited about that.
All right, thanks, Matt.
See ya.
We have Fred here.
Part-time comedian.
What can you say about his performance and his leadership tonight?
Unbelievable. You know, he's obviously proven that he can win us games. You know, in those first 2 starts that he had with us versus Saints and versus the Cardinals, and then for him to again this game, we're banged up on offense, but yeah, man, just so huge, and can't say enough about the team as a whole, and then the resilience and the resolve.
As a defensive player, is that pretty much a dream way to end a game?
Yeah, I mean, you hope to finish it and not have to go to overtime, but yeah, it was insane. You know, obviously they didn't want to have to end in a tie, and so they thought that they could, you know, I guess big boys at the end there, and we had to see who wanted it more.
What did you see in that 4th down stop? You were like the first one to get pressure up the middle.
Yeah, I mean, you could just tell the way that they had lined up that they were going to run the ball. You know, there was sometimes, you know, if they line up and they're a little bit looser, you may have the chance to have some sort of play action pass on that play, but you could tell by when they came out that they were going to run, right? So I don't even know if my intention was to make the play. It was just to try to blow it up, make it muddy, right? And so, man, yeah, just amazing win.
For the Arizona game, Upton gets the pass breakup tonight. Alfred Collins gets the fumble. Siegel comes in at the end in the last play. What does it do just for rookies to get kind of proof of concept of like, hey, our work is leading to things, and particularly with how much we've talked about the young guys.
Yeah, I know John Lynn's probably going to celebrate on that plane tonight. Oh, man, yeah, Alfred Collins, unbelievable play on the 1-yard line to punch the ball out and give our team a chance to keep going. You know, it was unbelievable. And you spoke about how, you know, our young guys really coming and playing big for us these last few, I mean, all these games so far. And, you know, they're just getting started. Uh-oh.
What do you say about how far Alfred Collins has come since training camp when it wasn't really certain that he was going to make it on the field early in the season?
Yeah, no, it's a credit to him, right? Just to continue to keep going and keep searching for opportunities to get better, you know, every single week, and you see it. You know, he's already big and imposing, so the fact that he's starting to use that size and be dominant in there, right, and make those game-changing plays, I mean, the sky's the limit for him.
Right on that last play, you did make it muddy, but did you know where the ball was or where he slipped off to it? Who stopped him?
I had an idea. You know, I didn't know who stopped it. You know, as soon as I got through there and saw the running back kind of got held up, I figured that we stopped him, so.
Fred, I know players make plays, but with all of the moving parts, the injuries and the shuffling, what does it say really about Kyle and Salah and kind of how they've been able to prepare you guys in getting here?
Yeah, no, they're the best in the game. You know, a game like tonight, you know, speaks to that completely, right? I mean, you're on a short week, you're wounded, you know, down a bunch of guys, and to get your players prepared enough to go out there and compete at the level that we did, I think the intensity was there from the first snap. You know, Kyle's the best in the game at motivating his players through the film, through the tape, and you know, of course, Salah is amazing in his own right as well. So, yeah, humongous win.
Brad, it looked like Chase Lucas kind of failed initially on that last play.
You said he what on that last one?
Kind of filled the hole.
Yeah,
initially.
yeah.
He said his job was to F it up. But, you know, he seems to have a, whatever, dog mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say that? But, I don't know, what can you say about him? I mean, obviously, if the game's on the line, but that takes some courage for everybody.
No, absolutely, yeah. I mean, Chase, you know, in the midst of the game and the chaos of everything happening, sometimes it takes me a little bit to find out that guys are hurt or somebody's had to sub in, right? So I think it was during a TV timeout, and I saw him standing there, and I'm like, oh, shoot, okay, hey, let's go. You know, hey, it's your moment. Like, you might make the game-winning play, right? So, yeah, he was pumped up, fired up after that play.
That's good. Thank you.
Sorry, just one more.
Go ahead.
For you guys to get plays from Lucas and Gibson was in the right spot at the right time to recover the fumble and all this stuff, like, what does that do to the psyche of, you know, your group to be able to kind of see that everyone was chipping in and stuff?
Yeah, no, it takes everybody, right? It's not just you know, one or two guys who are making the plays. It's truly a collective effort. You know, this is the truest team sport in all of sports, in my opinion, right? And it took everybody today to find a way to win.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
The energy to run all the way down the field.